And it's even gotten to the point where I guess Nikki and Joe were coming after the black manosphere, or maybe the manosphere as a whole, because now they're seeing like it's a bunch of black men throwing shots at black women. But the thing about the black manosphere, what I kind of notice is they keep on targeting, to me, what I like to call the undesirable. Why are you guys complaining about the black women that I wouldn't date, that you wouldn't date? Like, who's the go-to person to get through to all these dudes' heads? And that was the point I was making. Like, who's the one person in the manosphere that's just like, look, we need to make an adjustment here. There's too many grown men, middle age plus, that are talking about the failure or they're, and holding black women accountable. Then you bring in the ones like you said, like Danica Marie and Melanie King, and they're talking about like the women got to get it together, but they're getting super chatted out for saying that shit. but but who on our side? I mean, you can say maybe Kevin Samuels, but Kevin already got on us in the beginning with the whole image shit. It's just
Mhm.
that his channel grew the moment that he started talking and chopping down the undesirable black women who I don't want to say who it's over with, but I'll
Yeah.
just say that they're just delusional. You said, I'm paraphrasing, so excuse me. You were pretty
Yeah.
much making the point like Kevin Samuels is hot, not the black manosphere. He blew up, not the black manosphere. He put in the work. He's not bringing anybody else with him. And I did kind of notice that if anybody pretty much blows up, do they owe it to the black manosphere to also bring them in? Or is it like, nah, some of y'all need to stay on the block. Y'all not ready to come up here yet, just yet.
No, unless you are in a legally binding business venture of sorts with people, you don't owe your success. You don't owe anybody anything for your success. Kevin Samuels, he created his own channel of his own free will and accord.
Mm,
All his content he created, whether or not you believe he hijacked it from other people, or that's neither here nor there.
right.
He put in the work. He crafted his image around a certain look, certain thing, and he took off. He doesn't owe anybody anything. I mean, he just doesn't.
Right.
You need to go out there if you're a content creator. If you want to ride the coattails of him, that making content based off of what he says and does, you want to go to the moon and beyond doing that. Do what you do, but you're gonna have to go out there and put in the work. You're gonna have to go out there and create the image, the message, and get the audience to sub and promote you and do all the things that he has been able to do to become this YouTube superstar that he currently is. So he doesn't owe
Mm,
anybody anything, man. Much
right. No,
success to him and much success to everybody else, but you can't expect him to drag you along. That's
no.
his channel.
And I agree. And I agree because O'Shea did ask me, how did I feel, about Kevin Samuels. And then I don't think O'Shea was just doing that just to see like what I thought about him, like,
Mhm.
personally, like, to criticize him. And I said, like, oh, he came in and he was about business, and everybody knew that. Well, all the smart ones knew about that because
Mhm.
I was with, a sub to Kevin since his inception, since he
Yeah.
was on like the iPhone subbing, doing image stuff in front of his fireplace with blurry
Mhm.
ass content and everything, Soup Saturdays and the frame
Yeah.
game with the glasses and colognes and shit like that. And
Mhm.
then I saw when the high volume man content first came up, and it was a trip how, yeah, he blew up. Well, he, of course, he blew up and went viral because of the average investing. We know that, whether he paid for it or not, because people are like, well, he paid for that for words. I'm like, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. He
It is
came in
what it
to
is.
do business. Yeah, he's like, Kevin basically felt that he knew his worth. I'm not worth sitting here waiting to be found. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
go ahead and probably like throw a rack or two out there and try to get my video viral by a World Star or Shade Room or whoever else.
Mhm.
I'm here to do business. I'm here to blow up. And it's almost as if like a lot of cats are afraid of like, or maybe they just can't do that, don't want to do that because they don't have the money to. But it's like everything is pretty much just an investment. And I knew that. So I didn't have no beef or nothing like that when they, when I saw him do the The
Mhm.
collab with what was her name, Brittany Renner. I kind of felt
Yeah,
that was coming anyway.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a match made in heaven. I was like, okay, this I have a feeling this is gonna come in, but the whole Nicki Minaj thing, that shit just hella surprised the shit out of me. I was like, oh
Mhm.
wow, he got in touch with Nicki, and of course he wasn't gonna go in and on it. He wasn't gonna call that girl no
Mhm.
damn six.
No, of course not.
No, he ain't trying to like get canceled by he don't give a shit about what we think
Yeah.
because he's at 1.3. He could give a shit about what the gutter thinks right now. It is all now he rocking with Future. It's
Well,
it's
I
done.
don't think I don't think he doesn't care. It's just that he is more focused on pushing his brand slash business.
Yeah, he got more
Oh,
better priorities. Yeah.
I mean, it's like let's just take my my Tech G channel, right? Let's just say that Tech G channel ever hits 50 to 100,000 subscribers, and I'm making real money to the point where I can, actually entertain the idea of quitting my job to do it full time. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to come back to G Dizzle and listen to, see what's cracking out here in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just not going to let it slow down what I got going on over there. I'll still
Yeah.
make my commentary, criticizing wherever I feel like I want to criticize for that day. And then I turn around and drop a solution on my other channel if that's what you're into. So I don't think he's looking down on the rest of us peasants. Like, look at these peasants. I'm the great Kevin Samuels. It's just he's making money. He's doing whatever he has to do to make whatever connections he got to make. And I mean, that's just the way it is. Everybody, if we were all in his position, we would be doing the exact same thing. I
Right.
would be well, look, I'm at this position now. I got my life has changed. My income has gone up to 10, 50,000, $100,000 a month. I got celebrities reaching out to me or whatever the case may be. This is what we're all on this platform to become. I don't want to say famous, but every last one of us is on this platform to get as many subscribers and views as we possibly can. Anybody
Yeah.
that
We're
tells
all
you
we're
that,
all brands. We're all
we all
brands.
want to be seen. It's
Yeah.
just his brand, his name is what's popping right now. Or,
Hmm.
and he did whatever he had to do to put himself in that position. So why should he abandon all that just to come hang out in some live streams and yell and scream at people? We're not nobody in the right mind is going to do that.
Let's go ahead and talk about the whole trademark fiasco because you were yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. If anybody knows, my previous podcast was with my partner. Shout out to Dickie Jones. We had the Carbon Off Rawcast. And, it's still up on YouTube. When we first talked about starting that podcast, the first thing you do is you see if the name is taken, and you would think to trademark it. And we got that shit out of the way back in like October,
Yeah.
right? And then, of course, for myself, because I have the Good Bar Boulevard and the whole Rockloosa thing,
Mhm.
got to get that shit out of the way. And then you broke out and roasted Boyce Watkins, your black world. You a business, you are a business guru.
Mhm.
And to play and to give the benefit of the doubt, I'm sure at the time the YouTube channel was just a YouTube channel. He probably didn't even think when he first started that it was gonna like blow up. That was just the title of the YouTube channel until he started like branding it. And then later, fast forward now, what's her name? Michi X, she came and trademarked the shit and was like, bruh, take this shit down. It was a wrap for you by next week, right? So people are corporate smoking. They are trademarking names just for retaliation if they don't like you now.
Yeah.
What advice would you pretty much give to like cats right now? I mean, should they just pretty much just watch who they speak with on panels now, just in case they don't get the smoke? Or what should cats do now
Well,
to just like avoid that shit?
it's not necessarily about watching who you speak with. It's a matter about, are you treating YouTube as an extension of your business, or it is your main business, or are you just on here just doing this as I'm talking my shit on some hobby type of stuff. You got to figure out what the direction is. If you're treating it as an extension or your main business, then you need to go ahead and start protecting your stuff.
Mm,
Especially if you see this as a long-term thing that you're going to be riding with until the day that you go take your dirt nap and all that stuff. So with
right.
that being said, you got to go out there and protect your business identity. Get your LLCs, your trademarks, EIN numbers, all the other legal paperwork that you need to
Hmm.
prevent people from trying to come behind your back and try to lay claim to your crap. Now, those who have laid claim, like take Angry Man. I did a video where some dude went back and copyrighted a bunch of his stuff.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I couldn't even
Now,
believe what the hell I saw.
now I don't know. Now, if Angry Man gets a good enough lawyer, I'm pretty sure he could probably fight that because. And I'm not a copyright. I'm not a lawyer. Period. But I'm just going based off of what I think would probably happen. Um, it's clearly a retaliation because this dude got issues with Angry Man. Now, if you take it to the courts, I would imagine a judge probably gonna look at this like, well, do you have any business ties to these brands that you copyrighted? If not, then you're gonna have to fork them over and give them back to the original person. Michi X is slightly different with the trademark, being that she has business relationships with Dr. Boyce Watkins. So it might be slightly different. It might be, depending upon how far she pushes it and how bad Dr. Watkins wants to try to get it back, it might be a slightly different. But to avoid all that, for all of you out there, if you're, like I say, if you're treating this as an extension of your business or YouTube is your primary business, which I think is somewhat foolish in itself, but whatever, you need to go out there and trademark your stuff. You come up with a brand, you come up with a logo, go drop the money, man. I mean, it's anywhere between a few $100s to maybe $1,000-something, depending upon if you're using a lawyer or not. Drop the money to protect your stuff because you don't want, because what's going to happen if somebody comes through and trademarks your stuff or whatever, you're probably going to end up spending way more money in legal fees to try to fight it than it would have cost you just to drop the original money to try to trademark it. You know what I mean? Right. I filed for my trademarks. I had to do 2 of them last year. I went through a lawyer. It cost me about $1,500 per trademark. So I spent about $3,000, but that's a whole lot cheaper than somebody trying to trademark my crap on the back end. Now I got to go spend $5,000 to $10,000 on a lawyer to fight these idiots from trying to take my stuff. So it's just a matter of how do you want to treat this, man? Do you want to just play around with it and make a couple dollars? Then you don't have to worry about any of this. Do what you do, talk your smack, hit the live and go live, collect your super chats and all that, and keep it pushing. But if you care about this and you think this thing has the potential to be something later on that maybe you can pass down to or sell to somebody, whatever it is that you want to do, you got to go out there and do your proper paperwork. You can't be an expert like Dr. Boyce. And look, I like Dr. Boyce, right?
Yeah.
I don't wish to do it any harm or any, I think he's a very smart, intelligent dude. I've bought stuff from this dude before. I never signed up for his business classes, but I've bought stuff from this dude before. When I saw that, I was like, God damn, dude.
This is business 101.
You've been doing this for like X amount of years. This never even crossed your mind. I mean, it crossed your mind to buy Michi X's domain name, but you never thought to go trademark your own brand and logo. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's why I said to give it a benefit of the doubt. Maybe your Black World on YouTube was just a hobby, just a little side, little something.
I don't know. That was a big hobby. That hobby
grew. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I was, because it happens. Like with Kevin, his platform was Image. Who knew that he would be sitting across from Future years later? He probably didn't even I'm sure maybe he thought I wanted to grow and just manifested, but he probably didn't think it was going to happen so soon. It's a possibility.
Well, Boyce is different because, like I say, that channel has like 400,000 subs. Yeah. She dropped the copyright. She filed for the copyright on it last year. Before that, it was still over 300,000 subscribers. So at some point, he should have went through. It is what it is. But like I say, it just kind of called. Like I said, the reason I was kind of roasting him up because I'm like, damn, Boyce, you want me to go to the black business world and drop like $500 on a business class, but you ain't even trademark your own crap. I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I could do that at this point. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you putting out bogus stuff, but it's just like, my dude, you're not, whatever.
like that was your bad. And I just want to go ahead and say for myself, because my platform here, I do want it to grow, because this, to me, even though I do have my solo videos, but this right here, Rawclusive, is a talk show. And I wanted to be hot. That's why I put in so much work in like the editing and things like that. If you've seen the channel, like I go hard in to do my best to give good quality content and collabs, for my subs and everything. Just like yourself, you roast. Like from what I've been noticed, I like it, and it's probably evil of me, but I love it when you go in on other content creators, whether they made a mistake, whether they're on some BS, whether they got the nerve to clown another content creator, but they shit is just looking like way super out of pocket and everything, because it's almost in a way like you kind of want to check yourself, like, you know what, let me make sure like my shit is good. Let me go back to my videos, like, because I don't want nobody roasting me. I mean, somebody else, another voice. I call them voiceover actors. Another YouTuber who's also did a voiceover actor, talking about me and my content, and I can't see his face. I saw the sidewalk. I saw the bushes or whatever. I saw sand. They don't want to put it on their face because I was making a point like people shouldn't be staying online, and actually, what you call it, relying on online dating or just social media to grab. You should basically be getting out. They basically like, look, it's a new day. You old married niggas don't know what you're talking about. Dating and shit. I only been married going on 9 years, so I got out the game and the hype of social media. I was already there with Facebook, the Gram, Snap, all of that was there, but I never used it. I just don't like texting and sending DMs and all that shit all damn day. I like to go talk. I like to smell perfume. I love body language. I like seeing ladies smile.
Yeah.
I like dancing. I like dancing with them and shit. I can't just look at
That's
pictures
called,
and be like,
that's called simp behavior. They call you a simp.
yeah, but I'm not gonna shoot a DM to 20 chicks and hope for the best. Let's see who replies. I don't like doing all that. I like to go out and make my presence known. That's one of the things I like to do. And on my platform, I pretty much just like to spin it. Like, you can be like me. You could be the guy next door. I don't have any horror stories. Yeah, I'm in the hood, but never been locked up and never had any domestic cases or nothing like that. I just grew up and became a family man because it was just time. That's just how my platform is. So if you can, for my viewers that's over here looking at Gee Dizzle, what does he expect to be with his platform in like the next 5 to 10?
All right. So like I said, I got 2 channels, Gee Dizzle. Gee Dizzle's been around. Well, Gee Dizzle has been on the internet putting out content since 2013. But as far as YouTube is concerned, probably about 2016-ish in some form or fashion. This channel, honestly, dude, I don't really have a lot of plans for this channel. This is really like my vent channel. Where, I mean, that's just kind of it's kind of, I've accepted what it is. Like I said, I like the roast, and I'm not malicious with the roasting because I know some people are like, oh, he thinks he's all that. He's a bi-racist because he's biracial. It's like,
nigga, that shit was classic.
So people hear that. Yeah, okay, y'all got see. The thing is, new people who hear that, they don't understand why I'm saying the stuff I say. I only say that stuff because I'm trolling trolls. I like to show people I know how to roast, I know how to clown, because you got to remember, I'm a child of the 80s. This is what I did. I grew up in a family with black people. They used to clown me all the time.
Yeah, that's the dozens. We all grew up in that shit. Yeah.
I had to learn how to snap back. You know what I'm saying? And so now I do it in real time on the internet if the opportunity presents itself. It's never malicious. But with this channel, it's just, I just use it as my vent channel. I just come on here, talk my shit about whatever I feel like talking about, and keep it pushing. If it ever grows to something serious, I may have to reconsider how I want to do it. But I just don't see it doing that. My other channel, Tech G, I treat that as a full-blown business. LLCs, trademarks, all that crap. I expect it to grow to 100,000 subscribers in the next 5 years. And I expect to be pulling some serious cheese because I'm dropping some serious life-changing knowledge over there to help people get into an industry that is begging for people to get into the industry. You know what I'm saying? And I educate people on this stuff. And like I say, this is all based off of my 20 years life experience of working in tech combined with the military and all that crap. So that's what I expect with YouTube. I'm just going to keep rocking out, doing what I do. I'm just kind of just going with whatever way the wind flows. I don't know. Like I said, this channel is just an amusement channel for me at this point right now. And I'm glad people find amusement in it. And it may be a little abrasive, but like I say, it's only abrasive to people who just discover me and they don't understand why I'm snapping or why I'm saying some of the crazy, oh my goodness, biracial supremacy. They don't understand the context of it. You know what I'm saying? They think I'm a legit fool because somebody just did a video on me. He sounds like he grew up around white people. He hates black people. I'm like, that's the complete opposite. I'm just trolling people. But that's what I do, man. It's really just entertainment. And like I say, for those who want to learn something serious, then I steer them over to my other channel because I'm like, yeah, I can smack you around, clown you, but I'm also in a position to thoroughly educate you and teach you something that you might not know, which could possibly help your life out.
And I want to go ahead and say, as far as the G Tech, yeah, you guys go ahead and sub over there if you basically want to go ahead and get some of
Tech
that tech
G, Tech
info.
G.
Oh, sorry, Tech G. Sorry, thank you. I stand corrected. Tech G. It's because I'm looking at G Dizzle. So Tech G. So Tech G channel, please sub that. Go ahead and get some. Go ahead and get some of that tech knowledge, from the brother here. And as far as G Dizzle goes, your platform is needed because it kind of basically, I want to say, it kind of puts other trolls in place. Like when you was when you was roasting my man with no teeth.
Oh God.
And he talked when my man said he was grabbing with no teeth. And then say he was gonna get some teeth anyway, like they gonna lay away. Like, no, I'm about to be up on that. Don't trip, give it another month. But like, yeah, stuff like that is needed by you.
But think about that in relation to what we were talking about earlier, where I said it's the weirdos. I don't know that brother. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
the mere fact that the dude missing his front tooth was on a panel talking about let's go to the mall to see who could pick up more women. The delusion in the fact that you think it's more important to try to show me you can get more women than it is for you to go to the dentist and get your goddamn tooth fixed. This is the psychosis I see taking place in
the irony, boy. Sometimes there's platforms needed for something like this. There has to be a troll check, and I enjoy the troll check. I mean, all of the content that I was binging off of was like, right, like, dude, like when you drop the what you call it, a drill tube. Like that shit was needed. Like shout out to Jab because you said he caught smoke, and I believe you said his girl caught smoke too. And I was just like, damn, like, I didn't know about that. So until I watched the channel, I did not hear about any of that. And unfortunately I don't sub to him, so I don't even know if he like even mentioned that himself. But shout out to the brother. I'm glad he okay. But when folks is like you said, you talking about niggas on the tube talking about catch a flight. And I'm like, God damn, and that's the rise and fall of the black man. That is what I was talking about. Like, what is missing? We're all supposed to be united. We got black YouTubers funk with other. We got beef over theories, which is killing me. People beefing over Pump and Dumb, beefing over Mode One, beefing over this is my favorite, the non-select movement. You went in on that one too. I'm like, y'all feeding G right now. Y'all feeding the fucking animal.
That's why I'm fat. They always like to comment on my weight. That's why I'm fat, because y'all keep feeding me this bullshit content.
It's like y'all keep on doing dumb shit. He gonna keep on talking about it. And that's what's needed, because I think and these are older. These are grown men. These are 40. These are 40s. Plus, this is not under 30 shit. This is 40s plus that this happening. I'm sorry, I gotta take a jab. Nobody in their 50s should have a non-select movement. Exactly. Yeah, I said, like, damn, because I'm afraid that there's 50-year-old men out there like, yeah, I'm with this movement. I'm afraid of that. Because those are all OGs. It's like, this is where we're at. We have a non-select movement. Like you said, we have a movement by men that are not chosen. Paraphrasing. And that's unfortunate, but that's another strain.